would like to give an overview of today's program. We are having three fine speakers today. In session first, we are having Dr. S.V. Moharil and Dr. S.S. Var. And in session second, will be taken by Dr. Manisha Joshi. I'm grateful for all the speakers who have joined us today to share their knowledge and experience with us. In the session, Dr. S.V. Moharil is going to deliver his talk on role of databases in interdisciplinary research. Here is a brief CV of Dr. Moharil, sir. Dr. Moharil, sir, needs no introduction, as everyone of us knows that he is a world-reputed scientist. Sir is a former professor of Department of Physics, RTM Nagpur University. Sir has completed his PhD and BSc degrees from Nagpur University. Sir is a life member of Indian Physics Association, Vidarbh University's Physics Teachers Association, Forum of Higher Education, and Marathi Vigyan Parishad. Sir has guided 36 PhD students, has published 380 and completed 17 projects. Now, without further ado, I would like to ask Sir to continue the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you for the kind introduction.
Moharil sir, your face is not visible. Please make adjustment of camera.
Is it okay now?
Tilt it down. Yes, it is okay now. It is okay now, sir.
It's okay. Fine. I hope there is no echo.
Over to you, sir.
Voice is clear.
Yes, sir. Your voice is clear.
So, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
And since this STTP is for the participants from various disciplines, I had chosen this topic for today's lecture. That is the role of these databases in research. In fact, while doing research, I felt the availability of these databases and awareness about these data, or rather the lack of awareness about these databases, right from research administrators to the researchers. So
YouTube live हो गया है.
I would like to share with you some of my experiences about the databases. So briefly, what are these databases? So in these databases, data is arranged systematically and then it is searchable using some algorithms like Boolean logic. You can give some command and control the results. Now, while we are doing research, I have experienced that most of time we have data and many times it is without base or basis. Such data are of little use as manual search takes very long time and often it is impossible. In fact, I have seen people struggling with their cell phones also. You download so many things, so many messages and so on, and then you want to show to your friend or your students that this is some photograph I had gone to that conference, this, that, and so on. Then you go through those photos and then you can't find it till your audience run out on you. So this is the problem of having huge data. So that's why really then we need to organize this data. And apart from our day-to-day life, when we are doing research, then in modern research, especially in field of science, we are taking help of many sophisticated instruments. Without these instruments, the experimental research is not possible nowadays. But just having access to instruments alone is not sufficient for doing good quality research. The reason is that whatever data is generated by these instruments, this has to be analyzed in a sort of language which will be understood by all. So there are certain norms about it, how to present the data, how to analyze the data, and that analysis is equally important so that what you are talking about is understood by everybody. So the analysis of this data, this is important, and also the comparison with the earlier literature. So what new you have scored and how your results compare with whatever is already existing. This is needed to generate confidence in the reliability of your data. Another reason for having the databases is that now we are in the age of information, and there is information explosion. So much information is available now. So in old days it was different. You had to search for the information, and with several difficulties you could find one or two references. Now it's the other way around. If you just even run a Google search, then in fraction of a minute it will return some 2 lakh or even million results, and then you have to sort them out, which are the useful one, which are the relevant one, and so on and so forth. So for this, if you do it sorting out manually, then it is impossible, and hence somebody should have done it for you and store the results. So computer-based databases, which are searchable with powerful search engines, these are these are quite necessary for the modern research. Then in India, what is the present scenario? In India, at the most, what we get is access to e-journals, or what we call as the bibliographic databases. These have been made available to researchers through agencies like InfluMate or UGC and so on. Or UGC at the most has made some thesis available as Shodhaganga. So some sort of data are available to you. And again, the access is very limited. The university departments may have that. Some colleges may get some limited access, not to all the journals. There are so many journals nowadays published that our access is quite limited. And about databases, nobody has really heard, or even the research administrators, they are not aware. I have gone to the libraries of various advanced institutes, like some central university or central government level of a university in United States, where one of my students was in fact visiting faculty. So this is the Purdue University Library. If you visit their homepage, then you will find that they have subscribed to how many databases? 415 databases. Then there are also these databases. Just it's the index to the databases. So they are alphabetically arranged, and one can then choose what is the database to be searched. Then you will find that these databases, they are arranged by subjects. So this is the homepage of the Purdue University Library, and this is what they do. So they are arranged into by subject. So you can choose your subject. Then you can find. So even for physical sciences, which is my subject, there are some 75 databases subscribed to by Purdue University, which is not in first 5 or 10 universities, this is like any of our universities. I'm not talking about Caltech or other high places. There are databases even for social sciences and educations. So just I wanted to quote the examples that people are having access to so many e-resources. In comparison, we are lagging behind. And it is not just for want of money, but it is not the awareness about the use and existence of databases, awareness amongst researchers and research managers and the service providers. So that is the problem. So now let us come to the core of the subject. These databases can be of various types. The simplest one is that you can have the data base on your personal computer itself. So this is most convenient form. For example, you may have CD-ROM or DVD-ROM. So database may be stored on some memory device and it can be read in your PC. So you don't need any external source like internet or anything. For example, Merck Index. This is a database about the chemicals. This is available in form of a DVD-ROM. You will get information about the chemicals. Or there is a database known as the crystal structure database, or so you can get information about the crystal structure of various chemical compounds, and detailed information will be available. This is also available in form of CD or DVD, and it can also be stored on the personal computer. Then various Encyclopedia Britannica, this is available. Now, the some of the advantages of such a type of databases are that it is one time purchase. You can purchase, so the cost is only one time, and this can be updated periodically using internet. So you are not losing anything. The knowledge will available, data available will be up to date. Other type of databases, they are more prevalent nowadays, and they are online. And these databases, they are available only through subscription. So you are not owning the database, but you are paying monthly subscription, yearly subscription. And only those institutes or individuals who are paying subscription, they can only use these databases. Another type of databases are still, say, more sophisticated. These databases are pay-per-view. It means they will generate the data as the demand comes. So as per your customized, highly customized form of databases, that you put your search through the online mode, and then depending on your search conditions, the data will be generated. Then it will say that this data is available, you have to pay so many dollars fees, then only this data will be given to you. Then through internet only you pay the fees and data is made available to you. So now we will see various types of databases for different subjects. I have tried to cover several subjects in this talk. So because I belong to physics, I will start with some databases for physicists. So this is the ICSD database, and this is the how the opening page looks. This is the database ICSD. So it is inorganic crystal structure data. This is by Carl Struhe, and they have this. The now actually I have uh, started with some page which is available free of cost to everybody. But now the current page it holds more than 5 lakh structures. Then it will give you this type of data, that how do you want to search. Do you want to search it as per journal, or as per years, or by chemical structure like elements, how many elements you want to search, or mineral name. So many options are given. Then you have to choose among these options, and then you have to click search. So after search, you will get this type of search results. So for example, I have searched for certain oxides, yttrium, barium oxide. So it has written this two search results. One is Y2BaO4. Some people also had mentioned it as BaY2O4. Then I get the papers related to that. So if I click on these links, and if I got subscription to that journal, then immediately I will see the journal. And from journal, I will find out the details about this. Or I may further uh, make inquiries and get the structure formula. If I want the crystallographic information file, then I can click on this link. I will get the crystallographic information of that. Then if I click on the details, I will get more details. So these are details of the selected entries. So it tells me the journal, what is the title of that, the authors, the journal, then what is the compound, and so on. Its space group, etc., etc. So all this information is available at fingertips. Then I can see its structure in certain details. So if I click on the structure, if I click here, then it shows me what is the structure. So a beautiful, unit cell is drawn, and coordination polyhedra are drawn. Then there are various atoms, and using the JMOL software, I can present this data in various forms. For example, if I want to view only the atoms, then atoms will be shown, that which are these atoms. And now, if you want the atoms to be labeled, then I can click on the label, and I will get the labeled atoms. So that this green one, this is the barium atom, this red one is the oxygen atom, and gray one is the yttrium atom. So I can get a clear picture of the positions of the atoms. I can present it in various forms. So if you want a white background, yeah, now perhaps visibility is better. So I have got several options. Then as a chemist, if I want to see how is the bonding, then I can see the bonding. So this barium, how it is bound. And if I want the bonding with labels, then I have that option also. So I can see the bond between barium and oxygen, what sort of bonds are there, or how they are linked, oxygen to oxygen, and so on. And this one is of course yttrium. So all sorts of bonds I will show, I will be able to see. Then if I want to display it as per the ionic radius, so the spheres will be drawn proportionate to the ionic radar. So yttrium is smaller, barium and oxygen are bigger. So this is how I get. Then this is how the space is filled by the atoms. So it is proportional to the atoms. Then I can play with that and have many types of options, like various options for plotting that I can get. So this is all available online. On same topic, I have got another database which is available in form of a CD-ROM or DVD-ROM, and it can be loaded on my personal computer. So this is known as the, again, inorganic crystal diffraction data, ICDD. This database is again searchable. So as the opening menu, I get a periodic table. And for example, if I am interested in searching fluorides of aluminum. So what I will do, I will select aluminum, then I will select fluorine. So I will select inclusive of aluminum and fluorine. So it can give me list of fluorides, all the fluorides containing aluminum. But in my research, I find that I do not want hydrated fluorides. It should not contain water of crystallization H2O. So I will say, no, I don't want oxygen and I don't want hydrogen. So minus O, minus H. And then I will run the search. So when I click go, then I find that there are 287 fluorides which contain aluminum and some other metal, and it doesn't contain H2O. So there are 287 such compounds. Then when I click on the search result, when I click on this link, then I will get list of all 287. So there are many structures. So I can find out that yes, there are materials like Na2Mg7, Li3Al2F12, and so on. So I will get the list of 287 fluorides, and then these are the file numbers. So if I click on this file, then I will get entire crystal structure data. Summary is presented here that the diffraction lines or the spacings are 2.94 angstrom, 2.88 angstrom, 1.78 angstrom, and the structure is orthorhombic. So this information is immediately available to me. Then I can get also the papers related to that, so on and so forth. But the problem with this database is that it is available on only personal computer. So this is something fixed. So if there is some more addition, then I will have to get this updated using internet or something and so on. But still, it's a huge data, and now memory devices also have got huge capacity. So if I have got DVD, then I can go for some 4.2 GB, or if I have got Blu-ray disc, then even up to 100 GB of memory is available, which is quite sufficient. So let us now choose example in other subjects. It's not, let me not be partial only to physics, but databases are available for mathematics also. So this is the link for the Central Black database for mathematics. Now what this link says, that this database is produced by the Berlin editorial office of Karlsruhe. Again, same people who prepared the ICSD database. Now it contains some 2.8 million entries, and it has covered some 3,500 journals and 1,100 serials. So you know, this dates back to 1868. So much of data has been collected. This data is edited by European Mathematical Society and some organizations in Germany. Now what is the subject coverage? Then various branches of mathematics are covered in this database. If I read the list, see, right from algebra to group theory, the real and complex analysis, theory of probability, mathematical quantum statistical physics, solid and fluid mechanics. So even applied aspects of mathematics, these are also covered. So this database, it covers all published and referred articles. So similarly, the information available in form of CD-ROM, DVD, videotapes, etc. This is all covered by this database, and thesis from some selected universities, these are also covered. Another database related to mathematics. That is also known as Jaharbak project. I don't know how to pronounce it. It could be your book, your butch or something. So this database, this is also very famous, you know, and it gives links to various resources in mathematics. So what these links are, for example, historic mathematical book collection. There is a project Euclid. So it is only providing links. Then using these links, you can open various libraries devoted to mathematics. For example, Michigan Historical Mathematics Collection or digitization of ancient mathematical documents. So it opens a whole new world of mathematics to you. Unfortunately, our researchers are not aware about, rather research managers, they are not aware about this. So here what we do, we still have to refer to some bibliographic database, search journals one by one, but such information is available at one place if you have got subscription to these databases, rather database in mathematics. Now, from mathematics, we may move to statistics. So, for statistics, this is a famous database, statindex.org. Now, this is really the current index to statistics. That is the name of the database. And below is the link to that. This is a bibliographic index to publications in statistics, probability, and related fields. It is a joint venture of the American Statistical Association and the Institute of Mathematical Statistics. So again, you will have links to these institutes, American Statistical Association and Institute of Mathematical Statistics. There is online CIS extended database, CIS-ED. So this is online database. This entire contains of some 164 journals in statistics. Most of these are from 1975 or later, if some journals have started later. And some journals, even pre 1975 coverage is also available. So, since 75, there are some 1200 additional journals in related fields. They are also covered in this database. And apart from journals, there are some 11,000 books in statistics published since 1975. So you can get access to these 11,000 books just if you look at the journal list. I'll just rapidly run through. So these are the journals, which are covered. So all these are arranged in alphabetical manner. So depending on that, if you are interested in particular journal, for example, Journal of Applied Statistical Science, then you can come to this. So all these journals, they are listed alphabetically, and you can visit the journal of your interest, and large number of journals, some 175 journals are covered in this. Apart from that, there are some 11,000 books. They are there. You'll find this is quite interdisciplinary. I mean, wherever statistics is applied, so all those journals are listed here. Now we come to the electronic databases. So some I have covered here. The most interesting one is the digichip.com. You know, this digichip, this is a leading provider of electronic components documentation. So all the data related with various electronic integrated circuits, they are given here. So this is the most reliable tool to find the semiconductor components, technical information, then the cross references, and old circuits and new circuits, and so on. Now, this is a really robust search engine, and you can locate easily what you need in just few seconds. You can get all the information at your fingertips. So what it enables you, allows you to do is you can download the data sheet. So you have found out some integrated circuit you are interested in. Then there is data sheet and you can download. It allows you to download the data sheet. Then if you want to know what is the price of this integrated circuit, then you can get the quotation for that, the price for that you can get from the same database. And then you can also get some cross references, some research articles related to this integrated circuit. Then if there is some upgradation, I mean another integrated circuit which is related to this, that you can get. You can also get new circuits, new addition to this database. Then certain notes, some people have made remarks of that as to where you can apply, in what applications such integrated circuit can be used. Then the application notes also you will find. Then you can also browse this database by function, then by publications abstract. So in fact, the website looks something like this. This is the link for that, digikey.com. Then it says that part search. So you can search the part, which circuit you are interested in. Then there is link for online ordering. If you have already ordered something, then what is the status? Is it in delivery mode or is the order being processed and so on? Then you can see entire catalog and request and so on. Another database related to electronics is electronic circuits directory. So this is the database. The link is www.next.gr. So if you open this database, you'll find that there are so many links, new circuits, what are the popular circuits, what are top circuits. You can also make suggestion that I need such and such circuit. Then all these are classified as per the application. For example, what are circuits for the operational amplifiers, or what are circuits for the computer systems, what are the circuits for say oscilloscopes and measurements, what are the circuits for say communications, that is the transmitters, receivers. Then what are the circuits available for the sensors and detectors. Then some different standards. Then the power amplifiers, especially at the low frequencies. Then what are the circuits for the regulated power supplies. Then what are the rather circuits for the filters. Then once you choose your category, you will get more details. For example, you will get the temperature control with U217B. So you will get the description of some of these circuits. And if you click on these links, then you will get this. So data is arranged in various forms You can get in one page itself several links, and you can click on any of the links and get further information. So many types of actual then circuit numbers are given, microcontrollers, various IC numbers are given. Hello,
Hello. Hello, sir.
hello,
You are
am I
audible.
audible?
Yes, sir. You
Okay,
are
fine,
audible.
fine, good. I
Yes, sir.
think some noise has stopped, so it has helped
Yes,
me.
yes,
So,
yes, yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
yes.
thank you.
Thank
So
you.
I'll
Thank
continue. I'll
you.
continue.
Yes, sir. Sure, sure.
So these are various types of information available with this. Then I'm interested in more details of that. So I will click on temperature controller. Then I will get this type of data. I select temperature controller, then I will get various types of circuits which can be used for temperature controller. So I will get this link and it has arranged the data. For example, U271B. This is the integrated circuit for temperature controller. Then it tells me what is its popularity, when was it listed, and so on and so forth. So it will give me more information. I will not go into details of that, but when a person is interested in that, then he can see all the details, that these are the details, what is the operating principle, and what are the, say, limitations of that, how to use this circuit. So detail working, actual circuit is given, and so on. Another database is the Sustainable Electronics Initiative. So this is in fact created by University in Illinois, US. So they have prepared this database. So you'll get, this is University of Illinois at Urbana. It maintains a searchable bibliographic database of resources related to electronics and e-waste issues. It mainly consists of peer-reviewed journal literature as well as policy papers and other reports. Now we move to a rather interdisciplinary type of database, and this was well known. Earlier we used to get it in form of books. So in library, in the reference section, we used to see Landolt Bernstein tables. So these are now digitized, and also they are available as CD-ROMs as well as they are available online to the subscribers. So this is the largest chemistry, physics and technology data collection. So there is a link through book series also. It is available in form of book series. Unfortunately, in India, we have not still uh, subscribed to that. So, so many volumes are there, and they have categorized data in several categories. For example, group one is related to elementary particles, nuclei, and atoms. So there are some 49 volumes available. These volumes were created between 1961 to 2015. Another series is the it is related to molecules and radicals. In this series, there are 91 volumes available from 1965 to 2014. Another one is related to the solids. So from atoms and molecules, now we move to the condensed matter physics. There are 183 volumes available from 1972 to 2014. Then the fourth group is related to the physical chemistry, in which there are 91 volumes available. Fifth group is related to geophysics, in which 12 volumes are available. So you can see the subjects covered within the subcategories within physics and chemistry, right from physical chemistry to geophysics. Then we also have the astronomy and astrophysics, in which 9 volumes are available. Then even biophysics is covered by this. There are 5 volumes available on biophysics. Then there are available advanced materials and technologies. 24 volumes are available in that. So in fact, this Landau Bernstein, it is unique and top quality chemistry, physics, technology data collection. This data coverage starts with scientific data described before 1883, and the that was when the first handbook was published, and right up to date these data are available, and these are categorized in various fields like physics, physical chemistry, geophysics, astronomy, um, material technology, etc. So for using this, the users are required to complete a registration form and receive a personal access code. But the key issue is that your institute should have subscribed to that. It is not possible. As individual, we cannot afford. So the purpose of the talk is also to show you what we are missing. We are not having access to such valuable source of information. Much more important to chemistry people is what is known as the CAS, or the Chemical Abstract Service. In fact, I remember in year maybe 2009 or 10, these people had come to Nagpur University, and they told us that there is one seminar on chemical abstract service. Then I actually sort of underestimated them. I thought chemical abstract is a chemical abstract, it comes as a published volume and it lists the abstracts related to chemistry. I said, okay, we can go to library and read chemical abstracts. This might be now only the electronic version of that. What is so special about that? And why should I take training for chemical abstract? When I attended that training, then my eyes were opened. I mean, it goes so much beyond. It looks like a fairy tale what you can do with chemical abstract service. And then I started wondering how research scholars in chemistry can do research without having access to chemical abstract service. uh, some institutes in at IIT Powai, there is subscription to CAS. Their alumni, they have bought the subscription for IIT people. But again, it is a pay-per-view database. So in fact, it operates in two modes. There is one restricted mode, which is available, and the most categorized information is available through pay-per-view type of thing. So what this database has done is that they have identified various chemical compounds, and then they have given a unique CAS registry number. For example, a chemical might be known by various names. So somebody might have listed sodium chloride as by formula NaCl. Some researchers might have listed them by table salt. Others might have listed it as the other name, like say common salt, and so on and so forth. So various research papers will not use the same keyword. It means if I have to research about the sodium chloride, then I have to use all these keywords: sea salt, table salt, common salt, NaCl, sodium chloride, and so on and so forth. So research becomes very difficult. I have to run search also for so many keywords. What these people have done is that they have found out all these keywords, and then they have provided a common registry number, CAS registry number, to sodium chloride. So if I search by that registry number, then all the keywords will be included and all sort of data available on sodium chloride will be searchable, will be available to me. So it has reached, this CS registry has reached 100 million chemical substances. It is so huge. That will give you idea of the size of this database. So this CS registry number, it provides a unique identifiers. So much so that nowadays these suppliers of chemicals and the producer of various chemicals, so they also list the CAS registry number. So if I want to purchase some chemical like say camphor, then it is listed not only as camphor but also by CAS registry number in the catalogs of firms like the Merck or other, even the Indian manufacturers like Loba or Kempure and so on and so forth. So this CAS, it monitors various indices and abstracts and patents, and it updates information daily and makes it accessible through state of art information services. So these databases offer many scientific disciplines, including biomedical sciences, engineering, material science, agriculture science, and so on. So it's not only chemistry. Several related branches are also done there. So the CS numbers, registry numbers, and the information, that information is updated daily, and they are related, they are connected to various patent offices, and then uh, any patent added, this is included within 2 days of issuance of a patent. So for chemistry people, this has become easier. Whatever compound if you have prepared, then what you have to do, you just access CAS and find whether your compound is included in that or not. If it is not included, you immediately file a patent for that. It becomes patentable. What will be the use in future, you need not know, but it's sufficient to know that your compound is new and it is not registered in CAS. It has become such an authentic source that if it is not registered in CAS, then that compound doesn't exist anywhere in the world except for your lab, and you can immediately obtain a patent for that. So there are some 3,000 records added every day. That is the size of the database. And there is also bibliographic information available. Some 1500 journals are there, and they are added daily to this. So that type of information will be available to you. Then this CAS also, some limited contents are available through Finder and STN services. So that is available to you. So whatever was made available to us was through STN, scientific and technical information. Then there is also patent pack. So that also gives you some information through full text patents and so on. So from journal literature, we move now to the databases related to these chemicals. The other databases are Belstin, Biosys, then this DW, PISM, MBase, GenBank, Impado CDB, Inspec, Medline, SciSearch. So these are some of the important databases related to physics and chemistry primarily, and then the related subjects. Now this Belstin, This is the largest database in the field of organic chemistry, and compounds are uniquely identified by their Bellstein registry number. Suvarna, it looks like that I may need perhaps more time to finish. So is it possible, or you have other program at 12 o'clock?
Sir, you can extend. Uh, how much time will you require, sir?
No, I will manage accordingly. You just tell me if it is possible, or I will wind up and I will go rapidly through the remaining things.
Extend. Yes, sir, you can continue.
Okay. So this is the information about the Bellstein. It tells not only about the chemistry but also about the chemical reactions. This is Melin. I don't know how to pronounce it. But again, I have seen this in the reference section, the mailing volumes. Now all this is available. So this is a large database of organometallic and inorganic compounds, and it is based on the Melin handbook. So I had seen prior to 2000, I have seen these volumes in the reference section of libraries. Then there is also CAS React SM, that is another database. Then there is also, if you are interested in the product, so chemistry catalogs, that is another. So this is the catalogs online. So it tells you about the various suppliers of the chemicals and so on, and the ordering procedure right from that to actual ordering also. So if you are in need of some chemicals, then where from you can get these chemicals, that information is available in the database ChemCats. These are basically chemical catalogs. Then chemistry information index, that is another database available, which is related to chemistry. So it tells you about the structural diagrams and all. So they are, some of them are, these are also interconnected. Then you can also get spectroscopic data on these chemicals. So it tells you how to identify this compound, various measurements, right from mass spectrometry to NMR and UV visible spectroscopy. So you can get the standard data for these various chemicals. So these are the reference data. So if you have got a new compound, you can identify from its NMR data, etc. You can, from these basic measurements, you can consult these databases and find out which are the groups present in your compound and so on and so forth. So this, all sorts of spectroscopy data, these are available. Another database, this is about the nuclear isotopes and so on. This is the International Nuclear Information System. It tells about the nucleotides, and you know, nuclear information, this is of interest not only for the creating atomic bonds, etc., but they are also used in medicine. Various isotopes, they are used in medicine and also in agriculture and so on. So this information is available in INIS website. Then there are databases which are related with the health sciences. So this is the database related with the health science. And related with health is the medicines and the pharmacy. So there are many several databases which are related with the medicines and pharmacy. Then there is this database which is related with the natural products. So it tells about not only the man-made things, but also what are the natural available materials for various applications. So I found that there was also information about the uh, botany in Chandrapur district. So they mentioned about the flora that is specific to Chandrapur district that was mentioned in this database. So these are some of the details. I will request the organizers to make this PPT available to the participants so that you can see some of the things of your interest at leisure, because this contains all the subjects, and you might be interested only in your specific subject. So you can refer to this PPT and get further information. So these are the databases related to the pharmacy. And especially if you are making new medicines, you are preparing them, then all this information will be available. And also whether this, you can produce these drugs from under license, whom to contact, etc., etc. So the drug synthesis databases, this is also available in form of CD-ROM, so it can store it on the computer. Another type of database is very important, and what we are missing here, these are the patents. So patent literature is very much important. If you want to commercialize your research, then you must know what is already patented, and then only you can have your patent. So various governments, USPTO, this is wonderful website. Everybody wants to take patent in United States because that is the most distribution market. So if you patent something in US, it will reach whole world. So these are other free patents online. This is very wonderful website. It is free, literally. You can register on this website and get information about patents worldwide. Then wiki patents, European patents. It tells you about the patents in the European countries. Then each country has its own website. The France patent. Then you have got the Great Britain patents. So these are full text. Each patent, some of the patents I have seen, they are worth 10 theses in the university. So much information is contained, but it is in form of jigsaw puzzles. It is rather difficult to read, but it is worth. Sometimes I feel that the patent literature is much richer than the journal literature. It's a treasure, but you have to find out the key for this treasure, and you will know which is commercially important, what sort of research is commercially important. So these are some of the patent websites, Russian patents. I'm running now quickly for want of time through this information. In Japanese patents, then these are other some more databases on patents I have enlisted here. Now, this is what I was talking about, free patents online. This is available to you. You can register free of cost, and it's a beautiful website. So you can search on various fields, and then it will return the search results. So these are various fields, abstracts and application date. There are many fields on which you can search. Once you search, then you will get a result like this, and then you get a link, view patents which cited this patent. So all the information subsequent to that patent filing will be available, and also the patents which are cited by this one, so that will give you the previous one. So by if you get hold of one patent, you get all the patents related to that before that patent and after that patent. So this is really very beautifully done here. Then there are also databases related to agriculture. Then Then there are databases related to the transport industry, databases related to the library science and informatics, then the databases related to the aquatic sciences, fisheries. So the databases related to home science and the food. I have collected these examples just to give a glimpse that all subjects, you need not feel that I belong to humanities and there is nothing available to me. It's not like that. For all subjects, everything is available, in form of databases. And for cosmetics, this database gives you information about the cosmetics. Then the languages, this is the database related to the English language and literature. Then the arts, this is the art store. So this gives you information about the arts and paintings and portraits and whatnot. Then there is database about the counseling and therapy related to even the psychology. So there is something for the psychology students also. Then it is related to the education. This database is related to education, in field of education. So those who are doing B.Ed, M.Ed and want to do PhD in education, huge literature is available. Then economics, we will find that no subject is left. The another database is related to the thesis and dissertations worldwide. In India also, UGC has started this initiative, Shodha Ganga. So you can find out the Indian universities thesis. It is mandatory now for the universities to put thesis. Unfortunately, Nagpur University has not, I think, yet responded. Amravati University has responded. So thesis, which are part of Amravati University collections, they are put on the UGC Shodh Ganga website. I don't know what we do here in Nagpur University. We are asked to submit 3 CDs, and then the PhD section is always wondering as to where to store these CDs, what is to be done. But I request the concerned authorities to be part of the Shodh Ganga and put the thesis of the Nagpur University on the Shodh Ganga so that this can be used by other researchers. Then after looking at this, unfortunately, many of the databases are subscribed. They are not available to us. There are certain open access databases which I listed here, like Pre-Patents Online, Wikipedia.org, Nobel. This is also, you need one full lecture to understand what is this Nobel. It lists, the Nobel prizes, Nobel laureates, and so on and so forth. They call it as museum, Nobel Museum. So much information is available. Then this ICSD demo version. There is also CCDC database. It is free. Landon Bonstein Millennium Campaign. So some of these are open access databases. These are available to you. So some of these are there. Century of Physics timeline. This is also a beautiful project. And then another project worth noting is the free ebooks by Project Gutenberg. So what is done in this Project Gutenberg, that old books, Usually the copyright is for some 20 years or 50 years. So they have collected the old books, and all these old books, they have listed volunteers. They have digitized these books, and then it is collected in form of a database. Michael Hart started this thing, and it was called as Project Gutenberg. And there are some 50,000 books available, and you can, these are free of cost. You can, various languages. So 100,000 free ebooks are available through partners and affiliates. And you can, they are, have also made it into the audio book and so on. There are various projects: Gutenberg Australia, Gutenberg Canada, Gutenberg Consortia Center, Gutenberg Europe. So this we can do in India also, that we have so many ancient, manuscripts in Sanskrit and so on. So we can digitize them. Our libraries, Takshila and Nalanda, they were burned by the invaders, and all that knowledge was lost. So this thing should not happen again. So if you have got old manuscripts, digitize it and put it on some sort of database. You don't know who would like to use that. It might be very valuable to some people abroad. So we can do that. So this is the way, one of the way we can contribute. We can collect information about our own institute. So we can make our alumni database. You have produced so many students. You may not know, you may not be in touch with all of them. Now you have got WhatsApp groups and so on, but it's still not organized. The group may close someday, something will happen. But if you make a database of your alumni, then who knows, some fine day you will discover that your one of your alumnus, he is now a Nobel laureate, or he has contributed immensely, or he is owning some important company. So I urge you to make a database of your alumni. That will be a good contribution to your own institute, and it will be searchable. Right now you have got only the roll calls, etc., but this will be searchable. The PhD thesis of your own institute, you can make them in form of a CD, and you can host it on your website, and you can make it searchable. Not only hosting the thesis, but you can make it searchable. So this can be also given as a project in computer science or library science and so on. This is the way you can contribute, and you can have something done in your institute. So I would like to stop here with the request that you don't be only a user of database, but you can create your own database. So thank you very much for patiently listening to this talk and giving me this opportunity. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. It feels like Dr. Moharil is himself a living encyclopedia for science faculty. In this era of 5G, digitalization of database holds a great importance, and sir has enlightened us with his knowledge and experience. Sir has discussed various database systems such as the ISCD, inorganic crystal structure data, where it holds more than 5 lakh structures. Also, ICDD, which is the International Center for Diffraction Data. As we all know that getting the data is not wholly, the work is not done. We need to analyze the data, and ICDD helps us in doing so. Next, sir has discussed about the current index to statistics database, the electronic database, the Landolt-Bornstein Millennium Campaign, the CAS, Belstein-Goldstein. Also, patents information from filling to citing was explained very smoothly. Thank you so much, sir, for that.
Thank you.
Also,
my pleasure.
Sir, it was very informative session, full of information in variety of the fields. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure listening to you.
Thank you for appreciation.
Thank you so much, sir. Very nice session, sir. Very informative session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
next we are having with us our second lecture, second speaker, Dr.